BYD just built a car that jumps like a frog, costs more than a Ferrari, and loses to a Tesla Plaid in a drag race. Meet the Yangwang U9, a $230,000 electric hypercar that no one asked for, from a brand better known for making battery-powered buses. If you're wondering what they're thinking, you're not alone. Stick around, because this might be the most overpriced EV ever built. EV hypercars are supposed to blow our minds. Featherweight bodies, blistering acceleration, zero-emission fury backed by bleeding-edge engineering. They're not just expensive, they earn it. With materials you've never heard of, with tech that hasn't even hit Formula E, with performance so extreme it bends physics. That's the dream. Then there's the BYD Yangwang U9. But somehow, it wants $230,000 of your money. For context, that's nearly the same price as a Rimac Nevera, a car with 1,914 horsepower, a carbon monocoque, and actual racing credentials. The U9, it can jump, literally. That's the headlining feature. And on a real track, it gets absolutely smoked. So what is the BYD Yangwang U9, and why is it the worst price hypercar? The Yangwang U9 is BYD's first ever electric supercar and the flagship for their new ultra-premium sub-brand. This isn't just a fast car, it's their statement piece, their Tesla Roadster, their Ferrari killer. Come to think of it, its features sound pretty impressive. 4 electric motors, 1,287 horsepower, 1,680 Nm of torque, 0 to 100 km per hour in 2.36 seconds, and a top speed just over 309 km per hour. It rides on BYD's brand new E4 platform, which lets each wheel operate independently, giving it crazy handling tricks. And then there's the headline act, DiSus-X. That's BYD's intelligent hydraulic suspension system. It lets the car jump, dance, and, no joke, drive on free wheels. The design? It's all sharp edges, glowing lights, and butterfly doors, what BYD calls a time gate aesthetic. Add in an 800V architecture, silicon carbide inverters, and a massive rear spoiler, and yeah, it looks the part. But here's the thing, under all that flash, it's running on BYD's Blade battery tech, the same stuff powering their budget sedans and SUVs. No racing pedigree, no real track legacy, no Nürburgring numbers, just a future shell packed with specs, stunts, and a whole lot of sizzle. This isn't a Rimac, it's a very expensive science fair project with underdeveloped track cred. Here's the thing about hypercars. When you charge more than $230,000, you're entering sacred territory. At that level, every bolt is engineered, every detail is deliberate. You're not just paying for speed, you're paying for history, heritage, and hardware that rewrites the rulebook. Let's set the benchmark. Rimac Nevera, 1.85 seconds to 60, 1,914 horsepower, a carbon monocoque chassis, AI thermal management, and real-world track dominance. Pininfarina Battista, a hyper-EV built in Italy, draped in precision aerodynamics and design heritage going back to Enzo Ferrari himself. And then there's the mythical Tesla Roadster, if it ever arrives, promising over 600 miles of range and a SpaceX cold gas thruster package that could make it hover. That's what $230,000 should buy you. Bleeding-edge innovation, race-ready construction, and status you don't have to explain. Now, when it comes to the U9, it weighs more than the Model X, it has a slower quarter mile than a Tesla Plaid, and somehow it costs more than both combined. Let that sink in. You can buy a Lucid Air Sapphire, a Porsche Taycan Turbo S, and still have enough left over to buy a cabin in the Alps to charge them in peace. Or you can get the U9, a 2.4-ton novelty item with butterfly doors and a pogo stick suspension system. So what do you actually get when you drop $233,000 on the BYD Yangwang U9? Let's break it down. First, the DiSus-X suspension. It's cool, it's flashy, it lets the car literally jump off the ground. That's not a metaphor. It hops, it dances, it can even drive on three wheels if it wants to. Is it fun? Absolutely. Is it performance enhancing? No. Then there's the 800V architecture paired with BYD's massive in-house Blade battery pack. It means fast charging, efficient current delivery, and high thermal tolerance. But this isn't unique. Porsche, Hyundai, Lucid, and Kia all have 800V systems, some at a fraction of the price. The U9 also throws in track modes, a bunch of customizable drive settings, a big rear wing, and of course, a drift mode. Because apparently even luxury EVs need a YouTube thumbnail moment. When you look at the feature lineup, it looks like they threw everything at the car. But here's the reality check. None of that justifies a six-figure markup when real-world performance still lags behind EVs half its price. The Tesla Model S Plaid outdrags it. The Lucid Sapphire outhandles it, the Rimac obliterates it, and none of those cars need to hop in place to get attention. So, what are you really paying for? Not engineering, not heritage. You're paying for the idea of a Chinese hypercar, not proven excellence. The Yangwang U9 is priced like it belongs on Mount Rushmore, but it hasn't even made it out of driving school. Let's be honest, $230,000 isn't just a price tag, it's a message. It says, I belong on the same stage as Ferrari, Rimac, Bugatti, and Koenigsegg. But here's the problem. The Yangwang U9 doesn't walk that walk. It's not for collectors, because collectors chase legacy, motorsports wins, coach-built bodies, designer badges. This car, it has zero racing history, no design pedigree, and no name that makes a valet raise an eyebrow. It's not for track rats either. The people who live for lap times and split-second cornering don't want the 5,300-pound tank with a dance button. No Nürburgring time, no Le Mans connection, no documented track results against real competition, just numbers in a brochure and a YouTube video showing it bouncing like a toddler on a sugar rush. So, who is this for? Maybe it's for hype buyers, the ones who want to turn heads at cars and coffee, the guys who need a never-seen-before flex, the person who walks into a luxury EV showroom and says, I want something that costs as much as a Lambo but can jump like a lowrider. If that's you, BYD's got you covered, because functionally, this isn't a hypercar, it's a tech demo. A concept car that somehow escaped the expo floor and landed in your driveway wearing a price tag it hasn't earned. Let's clear the air, because the BYD Yangwang U9 has raised a lot of eyebrows. And not always for the right reasons. Is the BYD Yangwang U9 actually fast? Yes, in a straight line. With 4 motors and nearly 1,300 horsepower, it's no slouch off the line. But compared to the EV kings, Rimac, Lucid, even Tesla's aging Plaid, it's a mid-tier sprinter in a league of Olympians. Is this BYD showing off? Absolutely. This is BYD waving a $230,000 flag and yelling, we can do luxury too. But underneath all the flair, it's more flex than follow-through. Is it worth the money? Short answer, no. Long answer, still no. The performance doesn't match the price tag, the design is trying a little too hard, and the brand equity isn't just there, yet. Could the BYD Yangwang U9 get better? Maybe with version 2.0. BYD has the resources, the battery tech, and now the ambition, but right now, this feels like a prototype wearing a Pagani price tag. The Yangwang U9 isn't the worst EV ever made, it's just the most confused. It wants to be a Rimac, a Lucid, a Lamborghini, but right now, it's none of the above. A dancing science project with a supercar sticker price. If you had $230,000 to blow on an EV, would you buy this? Or literally anything else with tires and common sense? Drop your pick in the comments and hit that like button if you think performance should actually match the price tag. Don't miss out on our next video on how to improve your electric car's battery. You could be ruining your EV's battery every single day without realizing it. Whether you drive a Tesla, a BYD, or any EV on the road today, these battery-killing mistakes are more common than you think. Click the next link to watch.